fire!
Other guys in our row began banging on the bars and shouting for the guards, but the uniforms charged past and headed downstairs without talking to us. We could hear them shouting orders down below and then yelling in confusion. Prisoner screams were clear coming from the second. It sounded like they were terrified of something in particular and wanted help. Sounds of gates being slammed and people running reached us after about 10 minutes of shouting. Then it was silent. We sat in the dark waiting until morning. When the new shift came in, they were surprised and confused. Helen came by to ask what had happened. We told him what we knew, but he'd shown up and found open gates and an empty second floor. There was no indication what had happened, but he promised to check with corporate and figure out if the absent prisoners had all been rapidly transferred again. Dante gripped the bars and made sure Kellen was looking at him.
Please find out who the hell is walking around down there at night.
Kellen blinked at him.
I mean, I'm on day shift, so I don't know what I can do, but what do you mean? The prisoners are gone.
Dante told him fiercely, quietly.
But the guys on the third floor said they still hear someone. Maybe 2 or 3 of someone's shuffling their feet every hour or so until morning. I guess I could go look right now.
Dante reached to the bars and grabbed his uniform, something which usually got us a beating.
Hear me. Do not go in there by yourself. Stay in the stairwell unless someone's with you.
Kellen nodded fearfully. Looked like he finally understood how spooked we were. He waved another guard off. Dante let go. Nothing more came of it for a whole season. Night shift quit. More guards got hired at an even higher pay. Helen in another uniform scoped out the first 2 floors, but found nothing. Dante thought it was because they were looking during the day, but he wasn't about to ask our only friend to risk himself. It was maybe 3 months later. Yeah, I was halfway through my sentence, and I'd taken up drawing, so I had pen and paper. When we woke up in the middle of the night, everyone on the 3rd floor
protect the bomb,
screaming in absolute panic. I do like this recurring thing. It's almost like water rising up through the other floors. And there's no, I mean, it sounds like there's a cover-up, because I'm saying everyone was transferred. But there's this full approach.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
Will offered to guard raising past $500 from his come back and tell them what was going on. Dante listened intently, trying to get individual screams from the 3rd floor over everyone else's shouting and confusion.
Down to 10 seconds.
But I wrote down.
Jesus Christ.
5 seconds.
God. Let us go.
Op 4
We weren't scared when it was happening because we'd lived through it twice before, but this time, long-term feels much deeper. Now we knew for sure that it was
Reinforce the wall!
Any prisoners that had the means and large enough everything they could to transfer to other prisons, even if it meant worse conditions. The problem was, North Dakota prison system was already overflowing, which was the whole reason GCG got started in the first place. So every guy that got out, and it was that much harder than the rest of us. Both of our cellmates transferred, giving us more space, so that was nice, but it was small consolation. Apparently, word had started to spread on the outside, and GCG's solution, instead of paying the guards more, was to stop having a night shift at all except for just one poor guy. Kellen was a bit miffed he hadn't gotten a raise out of the whole thing, but he was starting to believe us something was going on. By then, he'd been around a while. He knew we weren't bullshitters. Too many of the other prisoners had told him they'd heard something walking around the 1st, 2nd, 3rd floors at random during the night. It was just a few steps, sometimes as many as 20, but it only happened every so often, and only once it had been long enough that he thought it stopped for good. One guy on the 4th floor said he'd heard a whole bunch of
reloading
all over the others. Clear enough that he expected the guard to come charging up the stairwell. Nobody had appeared. Transferred out on medical leave the next day. Came to us in the 7th month of my sentence with a pale face. Inside the house bars, Will asked, "What's the word?" Helen seemed clear.
A lot of bullshit out there. This place is mentioned a lot. It's been closed before, but I keep getting stonewalled when I ask for historical documents. The thing is, I don't think the prison guard is the problem. It's this.
Pulled out a notebook for reference.
Changing
Created a
back!
priest. Father Norbert Kovacher, Severe Dumoulin, visited Pembina in 1818 before it became an official township. That was back then when the Hudson's Bay was big around these parts. That's how long ago it was. Vibin was the biggest town in North Dakota then, so the trading post was full. So the priest chose to sleep outside by where the Vibin River meets the Red River. The vision of a rotting woman came in the night and stole Provencher's life. The two men bartered with her to split the remaining life. Provencher lived only 35 more years and Severe had left. Severe got
15 seconds left.
20 days as a gift from his friend for his sacrifice.
He paused as if we might
Time
guess
expires
the
in 10 seconds.
Those back 35 years later.
I knew Christina Pratt had more of a problem, but that didn't mean I had to believe everything.
I guess. A month and 20
Time
days
limit
later.
reached.
Kellen nodded. Monte snorted.
It's true, dude.
Kellen insisted.
The dates of death are right there. But get this. 35 years later, after 1818 made their death year 1853, the year this prison was built. At the place they camped that night, by the meetings of the rivers,
I didn't know what it meant, but I was beginning to feel very uneasy.
it's right here, isn't it?
He was dead serious.
I think there's some shit here. Ancient shit. That's the guy I know. He's got Chippewa relatives over at Turtle Mountain. They know the history of the Red River better than anyone else. He said his uncle told him never to sleep at the meeting of the Red River and the Pembina River. He said something lives here, under the ground, that awakens with the changing of the seasons.
Well, that's cool. That's pretty sick. Very not. I know we bring it up constantly, but Final Battle, some great thing underground. But it's like it's physically rising through the levels of the prison. Eating people. Yep. That's pretty cool. We were silent for a beat after that. It was folktale nonsense, but it was as good as a theory as any. Whatever it was going to come back. It wasn't friendly. Will talked to Kellen for another few minutes. Dante was silent. After he was gone, I asked him.
What's wrong?
Said on one of the now unused bunks who told me.
I got another 5 years in here. I got no money for a lawyer. Your sentence will be up before it reaches us, and I'll be here alone. Will it?
There's no way to be sure.
It'll be back in 2 months for the 4th floor, and then 3 months after that for us. I get out a week before, or a day too late. Doesn't suit
Secure the
exact.
bombs.
Just the floor.
What I mean is, I do hope you get out of here before it comes.
I wasn't sure what I could say after that. I sat in my corner like I always
Be
did.
advised, a bomb
Wasn't too
location
much
has been
after that.
compromised.
Mad rush of transfers, he pissed off the state and lost the company a vital contract for a second location. Investors had pulled out or something. The number of guards was cut, then slashed. Kellen took a pay hit to stay on as the only guy left on the day shift.
There's only 2 prisoners left on the 4th floor.
Both of us remaining as the general week
10 seconds remaining.
had approached.
I feel like I should stay late just to see what the hell's gonna go on.
Down to 5 seconds.
But
Impact.
I'm terrified as hell. I refuse to
Op
talk.
4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
That's cool. Got a kid at home. Don't be here for it.
20 of us left on the 5th floor, set in our cells one sign fell. Praying and listening. Monday night, nothing happened. 2 guys down below occasionally shouted up to us that everything was clear. Tuesday night, nothing happened. Strain was growing though, and we could sometimes hear them down there. I can only imagine the adrenaline rushing through them every minute until dawn. Wednesday night, nothing happened. Yet, something had changed in the air. The prison was much quieter now that 2,000 men had become 22. And I thought I could feel a subtle sort of heartbeat in the air, pounding against reality like it was a thin sheet of paper.
It's just your imagination.
That heartbeat became the feeling of footsteps approaching from a great distance.
Guys?
Shouted from the cell.
Still here.
One responded from down below.
Well, I can see it.
One friendly remaining.
The door, it's knocking. What the hell that's supposed to mean?
The man below did not respond. Friday night, that was the night of it. All day, the 2 guys on floor pulled and clanged on their bars, begging to be let out. The cell was torn. After 2 hours of listening to that pleading, came up with an idea. Transferred both of them up to our floor.
If no one's on 4, then we'll be safe, right?
Out loud, we agreed, but we were kidding ourselves. When the night guard showed up, we took the people back down. Said out loud what we were all thinking. If I was on 4.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Back to 5 would get us all. What the hell was killing me?
like, we gotta feed him to it. These two gotta go down there. We had to listen to hours of sobbing that evening. It was the hardest trial of my life. I wanted to call out to the night guard. I wanted to ask him to get those men out of there. But if I did, I knew whatever was coming would find all of us instead. The moment it happened, it was like a cold hand on my shoulder.
What's going on down there?
Dante shouted. The man who was not sobbing called back.
It's changing.
Will demanded.
What's happening? Tell us.
Red.
Red?
It's red.
What's red?
Will yelled insistently.
God damn it, what's red?
He stared down the hallway at the night guard, who stood listening with fear. The screaming began a few seconds later. This time, only one floor above. You could clearly hear their every word. The sobbing prisoner shrieked. The man who'd been communicating with us began incoherently raging with fear against his bars. Then, strangely, he stopped. The 20 of us clung to our bars, unable to help, unable to flee. Many of us cried, but we were otherwise silent. For to yell would be to drown out the last words of the men below. But they were eerily quiet for nearly 2 hours. We waited in strained silence as random footsteps traversed the 4th floor every so often. What was happening? For the first time, victims of whatever was going on down below had chosen to be quiet
Protect
instead of
the
yelling
bombs.
for help. How would that make things different? Long last, the sobbing man broke the silence.
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect
Sound
it.
of clanging echoed up the stairwell. The sobbing man said with terror.
There's a way out.
We were no longer silent. We echoed that sentiment loudly, repeatedly to the guard. Do something. He just stood there, literally quaking in his boots. Will screamed at him.
Snap out of it! The other guards and prisoners got away, you can too. Whatever it is, it won't follow you. Let them out and leave.
I shouted.
They're gonna die down there.
Dante
5
threw a
seconds
shoe
and counting.
impact finally snapped the man out of his terror. The guard ran to the stairwell and descended.
Op 4 has
First
located
thing
a
he heard
bomb.
him say was a take it back.
Very nice place.
Sobbing man again.
Over here, for God's sake, let us out.
The other prisoner wasn't talking for some reason. Ears gasping terror, but that too went quiet. Then we heard a buzzer, and all the gates on 4 slammed loudly open. Sounds of panting, running, and someone dragging something followed. The prison went silent. Just like that, we were alone again. Formerly crowded prison now felt terrifyingly large. Only 20 of us and no guards. That night, the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoed from down below. I counted time and stepped back. 40 minutes. Someone took 3 steps out of a cell and into the hallway. An hour and 6 minutes. Someone ran 10 steps along the hallway and stopped.
Bomb diffuser in place.
28 minutes. Footsteps approached the stairwell, then turned into a cell and went silent. Thing was, whoever it was sounded barefoot. Starting and stopping locations did not match. Where they ended was often nowhere.
Diffuser located.
That's pretty. All the little clues we get to this thing's terrifying that we don't see it because we're talking about it. But I also love that whatever happens to these people
Op 4, last
moving
operator
somewhere down there,
standing.
but it's almost like they're floating in between locations or something, or they're very quiet and they get loud and stuff. By the time dawn came, we were
Friendly
scared
destroy the
into motionless,
diffuser.
terrified silence.
Mission
It took
successful.
Kellen's arrival for us to begin stirring again. With GTG and bankruptcy court, we no longer had night guard at all. If it came for us, there would be nobody to let us out of our cells like everyone else. We hardly talked. We hardly ate. Each passing day was a grain of sand falling through an hourglass marking our executions. Our fellows began confessing to crimes they hadn't even committed just to get transferred to Supermax out of state. The only option left. Well, that, suicide attempts. One by one, Kellen escorted or dragged guys out of our floor. 20 became 15, then 10. Then it was just me and Dante, with Will still in the cell to our left. 3 of us and Kellen, 4 men waiting for doom. We sat playing card games in the weeks leading up to it. It would be 1 full year for me in that place, but I could swear I'd spent a lifetime in that cell. I couldn't think, couldn't remember life before, couldn't imagine surviving after. Every day I prayed for a transfer to come in, but North Dakota had gotten sick of our shit. The judges had stopped hearing cases from him being in prison. They didn't know there were only 3 of us left. Nobody knew. We contacted the media, we phoned the governor's office, we made a ruckus. That was worse than nobody knowing. Turned out, nobody cared. 2, there was nobody higher up at the GCG following the situation, and Kellen couldn't get anybody on the phone. Payroll, meaning just his paycheck, was being handled by a third-party disbursement company that couldn't answer questions about ongoing proceedings. The week approached.
We need to locate a bomb.
Nothing happened. We were like statues in our cells, alone, waiting for a sign that the executioners approached. The dawn came, he sighed, and began moving again. Dante asked, "Get out, Friday?" I nodded. Things went like before, to be released the day of. As long as not left before sundown.
Drone has found a bomb.
Tuesday night, nothing happened. 2 for 2, one more. One more day. But through the darkness was still. Now, the feeling of the prison had changed
10
around
seconds.
us. The subtle heartbeat seemed to pulse against our faces and ears and eyes.
5
It had come a
seconds
day
before
earlier in
insertion.
the week than the last time. That morning, Will patted my arm.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Dante shook his head angrily. I wasn't going to get out in time. On Wednesday night, the heartbeat became the sound of footsteps approaching some unfathomable distance. I think I stood at the bars of our cells that entire day. Fingers wrapped around metal boards to match the tension in the air and in our minds. This couldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. My lawyer would walk in and tell me he'd gotten the judge's unfair edition of an extra day removed. 1 day. 1 damn day. Even if I'd spent the whole year in this prison, 1 day still meant life or death. Let me out. Let me the hell out, for God's sake. But nobody cared. Nobody would listen. I'd like to tell you that Kellen stayed late that night. I'd like to tell you that the entire floor began to glow red. Hallways, the cells, the stone itself, as whatever ungodly abomination in the earth began to wait on the changing of the season, as distant footsteps became a traveler at the door of our minds. Like Kellen was there, hit the button, open the gates, and let us all out. I'd like to tell you that I didn't see anything.
Reload.
That I'm not permanently a broken man. I didn't claw the walls of my cell that approached slowly, moving a few steps every 20 to 70 minutes. I'd like to tell you that all 3 of us were able to run away and escape that horror upon reality. Its rotting hands and blind eyes radiating crimson light as it searched for us at random. But I can't give you a satisfying end to the story. The disbursement company fired Kellen and changed the outcome process. According to their paperwork, all the prisoners had been moved, and they thought he'd been getting paid for guarding an empty prison. They left us in there for 11 days before the heir was found. It meant 11 nights that for 11 days we starved. For 11 nights we sat absolutely still, not daring to move or breathe or even look left or right. Knew where we were, generally. Stood right outside our cells for hours. Sometimes walked right through the bars and grasped at the beds around us, daring us to make even the slightest motion. When you've spent 6 hours staring with the blind crimson eyes of a rotting demon, unable to blink your eyes for fear that it will hear the air your lashes move,
1 op
see
4
what I've
remaining.
seen. The world's its wall reflected in hellish red. You'll understand. No one cares. I'd like to tell you that Kellen actually existed. I'd like to tell you we had a friend among the guards.
15 seconds
Wasn't
remaining.
all bad. I'd like to tell you that left to rot, left to die is nothing more than a number on some corporation's fund. But no one cares. End of story. That was fun. I like that. That was a good one. That's a really cool idea that there's like a cursed prison that this thing rises up through. I also like to mention at the end that Kelton's not real. That's kind of just like, oh, this is how we found out our information, but that's not. No one actually cared about us. There was no one there to help us out in the midst of this.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, like the buildup was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really fucking creepy.
And it's like prowling around, this thing slowly moving, looking for people. Like it's come to collect its due of anyone who camps by the river, and the prisoners count as people that are camping. But it's slow and it takes its time to move, and it can float around and stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Great build up to the same that I felt with whenever we read Psychosis and stuff. Kind of like a weird conspiracy thing. there's aliens and stuff. Has there ever been anything with like paranormal stuff in official documents?
I think so.
Has there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, what do you mean by paranormal stuff? Like investigation into the paranormal? Yes.
Well,
confirmed like ghosts exist? No.
Right.
But there's stuff like if you look at a bunch of the old CIA files, there was a ton of stuff back around like the 60s and 70s where they did experiments to try to understand if there was something to like telepathy. So they got like a bunch of professional telepathics and like had them conduct a bunch of experiments. They did a bunch of experiments with hallucinogenics to see if people were able to like astrally project and stuff like
We
that.
need to locate a bomb.
So there was one called Operation Sunbeam, I believe it was, where they gave people like LSD and stuff like that, and they called it controlling, where they would try to pilot where they were projecting themselves to.
Is that what that movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats, was about?
Not actually projecting
Drone has
like
located
that,
a bomb.
but it's a similar thing. Of like that was during World War II, so that was OSS. That was like pre-experiments.
Oh, okay.
But same idea. But there are some crazy stories from Operation Sunbeam where like people reported that they found the Ark of the Covenant in a cave in the Middle East. And
10 seconds
people
to
who
insertion.
reported.
What about the fucking Middle East Giants or whatever? What the fuck was that about? Remember that?
5 seconds to insertion.
The Afghanistan Giants. Yep, Giants of Kandahar, I think it was.
Do people say, is that like,
Proceed to
is
bomb
that a meme, or
location
is that
and
like a-
defuse it.
It comes from, so there's, stories of biblical giants and stuff like that, which is my, if you watch it. I've made a bunch of videos and like references to biblical giants and stuff like that. I think they're the ones that are actually the topic. But, that graves and like sites of them exist in the Middle East and been covered up by government. There's been a bunch of political interests trying to keep information in secret. And that there's passageways in the mountains of Iraq and Afghanistan leads down to places where they can still exist. So the story
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
There was a group of rangers who got into combat with something, and a bunch of them were killed, and it's supposedly a cover-up that they were searching in caves for insurgents and ran into a giant that killed several of them until eventually the area was like blown to bits, and then the whole thing kept hush-hush.
The
But
diffuser has
story
been
is
secured.
a group of Army Rangers ran into a giant in Afghanistan.
Interesting.
So there's about, that's not an official document, it's more of like a fun conspiracy theory thing, but there are official documents with this guy, like MK Ultra, for example. Most of MK Ultra was if you could, like, change someone's mind and, like, make them into the perfect soldier through psychotropics and, like, breaking them down with drugs and stuff like that. There's a bunch of stuff down there. Part of it, Ultra was, Yeah, they actually started like that know the dolphins would like themselves. It means they don't like communication with each other. Yeah, we gotta believe that. Alright, so one final story tonight. Yeah. We're reading My Students Submitted the Most Disturbing Living History Project I've Ever Seen, and this is posted by Gretelcat. We haven't read anything from Gretelcat before. It looks like they only have 2 stories.
Online and active.
It was like 8 to 9 years ago. But this story has 24,000
last operator
upvotes.
standing.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah, a bunch of people were super into this, so seems they had a couple of bangers and it just dropped off
And
and
then
then
dipped. I love when people do that.
So we'll leave the link in the description. Gretelcat, if you somehow watch this and you want to make more stories, here's your audience. Keep writing. Keep writing. But for now, into their story. One of my least favorite parts about being obviously
Op 4 eliminated.
everyone.
Friendly mission successful.
Support the artists, please do. They deserve it. Right. One of my least favorite parts about being a middle school history teacher is the bullshit living history assignments you give at the end of every school year. Kids are supposed to sit with their grandparents, videotape, voice record, or transcribe their oldest memories for posterity, and for an easy way to bring up their GPA. I've been doing this for 17 years. When I collected the projects this time around, I assumed they would be as dull, if not duller, than usual. This had not been a particularly bright class. So I went home, poured myself a glass of wine, and prepared for a long night of, I only owned 2 pairs of pants when I was your age, and my brother got beat with a newspaper for hitting a baseball into a neighbor's yard. And of course, these projects were peppered with innocent, old-person comments that were so horribly sexist and racist, you just had to laugh. Now, I had a girl in my class whom I will call Olivia. She was pudgy, quiet, and proved herself a consistent B student. I expected a man just dogging this kid.
Yeah, honest.
I expected her project to be as unremarkable as her. Would you consider that honest?
I mean, we're getting a little below the belt now. A little below the belt.
Is that, how does... Why did both of you turn and look at the same time?
Oh, he looked. Look at what?
You looked up there and then Nick spun around in his chair really quick.
Oh, I didn't look up there. I was just looking at that light off the. It's from the deal. I was just looking up there.
Okay.
Also, how does that look? Did you turn your screen brightness up?
You can't even tell.
You can't really on those? Okay.
Not on this one.
Okay.
On some of them, it keeps lowering, so I have to keep tapping it
Okay.
up.
I just look over for a second, look like the sun was on your face.
My bad.
I expected her project to be as unremarkable as her, and perhaps that's why I was so profoundly disturbed by what I witnessed that night. Olivia had submitted 2 discs for some reason, so I began with the one marked Interview. My screen hiccuped twice before a grainy image of a living room came into view. The place was a hoarder's hell. Olivia was curled up in an armchair, clutching a notebook and looking like a scared animal. Across from her sat a man with a somber countenance, smoking a cigarette and staring at her expectantly.
Go ahead.
A woman's voice whispered from behind the camera. Olivia's owlish eyes flashed towards the screen, back to the man.
I am here with my great uncle Stephen.
She began almost inaudibly.
He's going to tell us about his oldest memories from being in the army.
Great Uncle Stephen looked like he'd rather be in the damn trench at the moment, but he waited patiently for the questions to begin. Not surprisingly, Olivia read verbatim from the suggested question sheet I had handed out to the students. He answered her curtly. Once or twice I heard her mother whisper,
Speak up, Olivia.
from behind the camera. Typical boring shit. So I was intrigued when Olivia set down the notebook and asked,
Did you like being in the army?
that was totally off script. Great Uncle Stephen emitted a chain smoker's wheeze.
Nope. Only getting out of my town, though.
Where did you go?
Balkans.
Uh-huh.
I doubted she knew what the Balkans were. My suspicion was confirmed when she asked,
Was Balkans very different from here?
Yes.
Mom cleared her throat from behind the camera, perhaps encouraging Great Uncle Stephen to be a little more forthcoming. But Olivia seemed genuinely interested.
Uncle Stephen, what is your very worst memory from the army?
I'm starting to see why she's a B student.
Just chowing down double stuffed Oreos while she's asking these questions. Just taking off tops and putting them together.
Quadruple stuff, Uncle Stephen.
Dipping them in water. You're like, God. Water's favorite cookie.
Like it's a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the saying.
The old man crushed his cigarette in the ashtray and then slowly lifted himself out of his chair.
I'll be back.
Camera cut off. Then the screen flashed back on. Everything was the same except Great Uncle Stephen had several pieces of paper in plastic sleeves laid atop all the crap sitting on his coffee table. One he held in his hand.
I was a kid when I was enlisted.
He said, looking at Olivia.
Your brother's age.
Olivia nodded.
I never saw combat. Both of my deployments were to cities in Eastern Europe that had been destroyed by civil wars. Everything was a mess. I felt like a janitor's for a fox suit.
Yeah. Great Uncle Stephen sighed and looked at his paper.
My unit was assigned to a school that had been obliterated by all the violence. Broken windows, caved-in rooms, and for some reason, the part that got me was the most was the school had been like this for years before we got there. No one had lifted a finger to fix it. I saw kids walk by it on the way to go beg for money for whatever shit they did.
Camera dipped towards the floor. I heard Mom whisper harshly at Great Uncle Stephen. I couldn't make out what she was saying. But it
Protect the
wasn't
bombs.
You only have a god.
response.
Then you better let me know.
No? There's something on up there. Are you presenting the double lab? No, Sean, we're just heading into the ticket.
There's been worse shit before.
Advised, a bomb location has been compromised.
Camera was lifted, and after a couple of blurry focus adjustments, the shot was the same as before.
I'm talking too much anyway.
He lifted the piece of paper in his hand close to his
10
face.
seconds left.
In the basement. I got this letter. I didn't know
Down
what
to
it
5
said, but
seconds.
Anybody might translate it. So, I'm gonna read it now.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
chill ran down my spine. Mom zoomed in to Great Uncle Stephen in his letter. His palsied hands trembled as he held up the paper. This is what he read. Dear sir, I never loved my country. So many of these skirmishes are born from patriotism, a power struggle for the shards of a once great empire. And I do not care what name my home has on the map. This fighting is senseless, and I stay as far away from it as I can. It was not these attacks, it was organized violence. It took the lives of my wife and child. It was illness. Mercifully, it happened quickly for the baby. Not been suffering longer. I watched the floor knowing I could do nothing for them. My only solace is that I was there for them. Stopped going to work one day. No one came after me. Doubt they noticed I was gone.
Reloading!
Since the school was simply across the field, visible from my window, it would have been easy to go for a few hours each day and come home quickly to care for them. What was the point? All I did was clean floors. I was as useless to the world as I was to my family. I tried to take Nadja to the hospital, but the journey was too long and taxing. I brought her home, and she died that night. After Nadja and the baby were gone, well, I don't remember much. I didn't leave my hovel, barely ate and slept. Thought many times of taking my own life. Empty though it was, I felt paralyzed by my own helplessness. The one thing that kept me sane was my radio. Never turned it off once. Even though I didn't listen to the words being said, back then I got computers in English, I think, I don't speak a lick of. But the voices, the music, the true knowledge that life existed beyond this violent city, sustained me. I have no idea how long passed before I saw the light of day again. I was dizzy from hunger. Finding food was my priority.
Op 4, last stop standing.
With me, of course. Since I first pulled myself up, it has gone everywhere with me. It talks to me as I sleep and as I wake. I don't know what it's saying. I know I would die without it. Once I had some water and food, it occurred to me that the only thing left to do was to go back to work. So I did. The following morning, I simply returned to the school where I was a janitor and got back to work. Nobody made a big deal out of it. Like I said, Nadja had been sick a long time, and those who worked at the school knew it. I appreciate that no one had pestered me to go back to work during the hardest days of my life. The teachers never said much to me, but we smiled at each other in the halls, and that mutual respect was perhaps the reason I decided to come back at all. The place had gone to the dogs without me. I simply grabbed my broom and rags from my closet and set to cleaning. Everyone is grateful to have me back, I know. And the best part is that nobody minds my radio. I bring it volume enough not to disrupt. No one has ever complained. It took me a long time, but I once again know that I have purpose. There's a larder behind the school that is full and reserved. Only with payment, I'm allowed to take as much food as I need. That arrangement's fine. What would I do with money anyway? I used to bring the food back to my home, one field away from the school. Well, when I started sleeping in the basement, no one seemed to notice. The school is special to me, and I cannot leave it unguarded. When I'm besieged with memories of my wife and baby, I turn up the volume on the radio to drown out such thoughts. It works for me every time. Except this morning. Because this morning, I woke up in dead silence. I frantically examined the radio to see what had happened. I honestly cannot tell how many days in a row I've been using it. It simply live out its life and die naturally. I spent the entire day trying to fix it. Most of this time, I've been crying.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
My mind without it. I've given myself until sundown. If I cannot fix it by then, I'm going to take my life. I rise as the sunlight started to die, and I know what my fate shall be. I thought about taking one last walk to the hallway of the school, saying goodbye to the computer teachers. I know I will be missed. I can offer myself to this. I cannot go anywhere knowing that my radio is dead in here. There are no more tears in me.
Be advised, Op 4 has found a bomb.
I vomited what little food I had in my
10
stomach.
seconds left.
I'm going dizzy again, like I did after Nadja died.
5 seconds to insertion.
Before I take my life, I've closed the door to this room.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for
Changing
hostile
mags!
room in the basement and has a small casement that lets in just enough light for me to see what I am doing. anyone is kind enough to come looking for me, they should not be met with this gruesome sight. Perhaps they will see the doors blocked, smell my rotting body, and simply forget I ever existed. But I've placed my radio and this note outside the door. Kind sir, if you are reading this, I have one humble request.
Someone exposed you.
Save my radio. I did not deserve to die in its sleep, and I am ashamed I cannot revive it. Now I am ready to join Nadja, little Mila, in heaven. I hope this school can find another janitor who loves and cares for it the way I do. Do not forget my radio. Stanislav. When Mom zoomed back out, Lydia had tears in her eyes.
Thank you for sharing, Uncle Stephen.
Mom said she choked.
I don't think you have enough. Wait,
Lydia chirped.
he said there's more, but what did you find?
Poor great Uncle Stephen killed me. My jaw dropped. Was that it? But what did great Uncle Stephen see? I also remembered that there was a second disc. One was unmarked, but I hoped to contain the rest of the interview. There was no video, only audio. The voice that started up was Olivia's.
Hi, Miss Gary. I'm sorry about my mom, but she refused to record the rest of what my uncle was saying, but I asked him to continue to secretly record the story as a voice memo on my phone. I remember you said earlier this year that history is written by the people who win wars.
Breath and immense crime.
But everyone seems to report them. Even if they are sad, pathetic people, even if they never want a single thing in their life. I am supposed to write the family project, but you have to hear what I have to say.
1 op 4 remaining.
Tears in my eyes, too. The sincerity of her words was beautiful. I was also flattered that she had remembered some trite phrase I threw around because of what my history teacher said to me. Before I got too sappy over it, the audio began again.
Fine.
Came Mom's frustrated voice.
If you want the rest of the story, fine, but this is not appropriate for a school project.
Let me finish. If it's too much for you, help yourself to a snack in the kitchen. But Lily wants to know what happened.
Heard her mother mumble something and walk away. Livia and her uncle were alone. Imagined her looking at him expectantly.
So did you find the radio, or did you get ruined? The school got blown up.
He rasped and I heard a distinct click of a liner.
That letter had a date
15
on it.
seconds left.
What date?
4 eliminated. Mission successful.
School.
Didn't you say the school had been destroyed like 2 years ago?
Yeah. It had been.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's cool. I'll be honest. Like the letter was cool and stuff. I'm like, where's this going? Like, what's that get around to? But that's a fun reveal. I like that. There was silence as I felt goosebumps on my arms. The images that came to my mind were almost too overwhelming to express, but Great Uncle Stephen put them into words effortlessly. Clearly, he had spent his whole life thinking about it.
This man was Stanislav. Went to a vandalized, falling apart schoolhouse and cleaned up blood and rubble like it was spilled drinks and dust. He smiled at dead bodies in the hallway and believed they were smiling back at him because they liked his.
Did you know XLR8 does not wear rollerblades? Fans always assume his wheels are a mechanical suit, but here's the truth. In the classic series, his wheels, helmet, and visor are all entirely biological. According to classic trivia, that visor is actually made from his own skin and skull. His species, the Kinocelerans, come from the stormy planet Canet. Duncan Rouleau confirmed they are completely frictionless. This lets him run on water or create massive tornadoes like in the episode Monster Weather. But here's the twist. In the reboot continuity, Kinocelerans are not born with wheels. Young aliens must survive a trial called the Running of the Gauntlet. They have to find a creature called a molluscarx. When lightning strikes this mollusk, it leaves behind giant pearls. Kinocelerans grip these pearls with their feet to glide at over 500 miles per hour. That means his iconic wheels are just stolen alien jewelry. Do you know XL...
That's insanity. That's insane lore right there, bro.
Bomb location compromised. Plan accordingly. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds.
Stay clear of blast zone. Throwing jammer.
Bomb located by Op 4. Op, last operator standing. Friendly is victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
He liked his radio. He moved around corpses so he could sweep the ground under them. The roof half collapsed, so when it rained, he must have gotten soaking wet, but was so...
Captain Marvel changed Black Adam's word of power to take away his superpowers. But the moment that Adam gets his powers back is from the comic called Black Adam the Dark Age. Because Black Adam the Dark Age compiled with 52 is what the movie with The Rock should have been about. Because 52 establishes Black Adam as a threat for the Justice Society of America and the Justice League. And the way that Adam is defeated in 52 is when Captain Marvel goes directly to the Pantheon.
Dr. Manhattan or MCU Silver Surfer.
We didn't get to see a lot of the cosmic abilities beyond speed and a little bit of, you know, alluding to, like, power.
Correct.
The power seemed big, but we didn't get to see a lot of it in that use
They
because
need
there
to
was
locate
never
a
a
bomb.
need for it. But I would assume Dr. Manhattan would take out any power cosmic because of the level of, like, molecular adjustment he could do. So Manhattan.
My argument is I think that we clearly see Galactus is much more powerful than
Be
Shalaval,
advised your
Silver
drone has
Surfer,
located
and
a bomb.
before, and I think Dr. Manhattan beats
Galactus
in that movie. Here we go. Dr. Manhattan again versus Norn Rad, Silver Surfer. I'll give you peak comics iteration.
I think the King in Black era, Silver Surfer
10
Black,
seconds before insertion.
that Silver Surfer, which I think of as peak, takes out Dr.
5
Manhattan.
seconds.
Because the use of weaponized
Proceed
black
to bomb
holes
location
and the
and
use
defuse it.
of the power cosmic to actually manipulate time and reality, he might actually be able to go back to before Dr. Manhattan existed. And I think Dr. Manhattan, I think of him canonically as a forward vector in time. I don't think...
One on 4 remaining. Diffuser is active, protected at all costs. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
I have a condition that makes me forget everything in times of extreme stress.
Ever noticed that Sheldon always disappears every day at 2:45?
He probably just goes to the bathroom.
Looking at his public calendar, 2:45 to 3:05, nothing. Last week, nothing. Last month, nothing. 15 minutes a day completely unaccounted for. Follow him? What could he be doing in there every day for 20 minutes? What the hell is he up to? 43. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. We're smart guys. What is 43? Stop. Guess what stupid 43 means? What the balls does 40 guy have?
It's Dr. Sheldon Cooper. Experimental log. Wormhole generator has 44. Holy crap! I found your webcam and replaced the video feed. You two should be ashamed of yourselves. You may not realize it, but I have difficulty navigating certain aspects of daily life, which is why, for 20 minutes a day, I like to go down to that room, turn my mind off, and do what I need to do to recharge. What does 43 mean? You don't need to know. You don't deserve to know. And you will never know. 1, 2, 3. I'm never going to get to 43 again. 2, 3, 4.
Ever noticed that Sheldon always disappears every day at 2:45?
He probably just goes to the bathroom.
I'm looking at it.
I have hairspray.
I have a faucet.
What kind of faucet?
Is that one of your questions?
Sure.
The bathroom sink faucet.
You're dumb.
Okay. Can you take the cap off your hairspray?
Sure.
Can you put it back on?
No, that's a different question.
Okay. That didn't sound like hairspray to me. I feel like hairspray would be like... That sounded like pan cooking spray, actually.
It's hairspray.
Okay.
Can you tap the faucet on the counter? I don't know if that sounds like a sink faucet. I don't really know.
Can you, like, ASMR on the side of it? Yeah, that's not hairspray.
Can you turn the handles on the faucet?
Yeah, hot or cold.
You kidding me?
Is that good?
I guess.
Can you spray the hairspray?
Sure.
That still sounds like pan cooking spray to me. Did you just spray pan cooking spray on our table?
It's hairspray. Can you pull the drain on your faucet?
I cannot.
Why?
I broke it when I took it out of the bathroom.
You kidding me?
You need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Okay, I think you have...
You know I'm
I'm so mad at Ozempic. Let AI take over everything. I don't care. But Ozempic, I'm like, you fucking bastards. I mean, obviously, I've had to spend my entire life battling weight. Like, if you grow up with type 2 diabetes, your entire adult life is just not eating and then eating too much and not eating. And then you develop, like, a mental illness around eating, and you get really obsessive about eating, and then the obsessiveness about eating becomes, like, an OCD in general. You can't trust yourself out in the wild as, like, an adult person, you know what I mean? Because you know that you got yourself super fat, you know? Like, you have all these intrusive thoughts about, like, harming babies or something, like throwing your friend's baby on a hibachi grill, you know what I mean? And
5 seconds before
you're like, your friend is like, you're not gonna hurt my baby, don't worry about the baby. And you're like, I can't trust myself. And they're like, why not? And you're like, bro, I ate enough cereal to be 220 in the 6th grade. I'm pretty sure.
Placing cluster charge. Fire! Deploying cluster charge.
You must recover the diffuser. Operator standing. The diffuser has been recovered. Friendly, last operator standing. 15 seconds left. Your location has been compromised. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. You've run out of time.
I can stick a chopstick in a baby's ass. Like, I am not to be trusted, obviously, right? So then you have this OCD that comes from fucking, being fat, and then what happens with OCD, it tells you that you aren't allowed to take drugs, right? So Ozempic comes around, you go, I can't take that because it might make me fundamentally a different person, it might turn me into a weirdo, and it might make me vain or something, and then people won't really like me, or maybe they'll only like me because I'm skinny, and they won't really like my personality, and then someday I'll gain the weight back, and then that person won't really love me again, so I better not even take it. Also, maybe it could cause cancer. That's less of a concern in my OCD stuff, but maybe you guys have that OCD, but that's not what I have. And then,
Which villain do you think had a better end goal, but went about it terribly? Thanos or Magneto? Meaning, who do you think was more in the right with their actions?
Magneto. I don't think it's particularly close.
We need to locate a bomb.
He's old.
and the bird will let it...
And I was like, no thank you, right? She was like, I can't let you leave home like that.
10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. You must locate and defuse a bomb.
Alrighty then.
Bomb has been located.
Charge! Careful. Hostile near me.
Swapping mags! Your last op. One friendly operator remaining. Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
You know, I've already said this. I feel like they get the best of them because I just happen to really like them. So
I'll be back in just a little bit.
You said check this guy out? Okay. The Grant, the barber. Alright, let's see this.
whatever.
This is trivia for touch. If
You're actually gonna crash out.
what is this? A mystery box?
Yeah.
Yo, could you help a brother out, man? We trying to get to Disney.
So yeah, it's been kind of a. Told me that you love me. You're just talking to yourself. I don't wanna know.
Use your drone to locate a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds. You must locate and defuse a bomb.
August ready.
located. Cover the diffuser.
Stay clear of the blast!
Op 4 last stop standing. One friendly operator. Seconds left. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left. The diffuser has been secured. Diffuser is active. Protected at all costs.
Woo!
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Insane reaction.
Secure the bombs. Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. to engage.
Reloading! Calibrating. All set.
Device positioned.
Electrosensor active.
Activating glass.
Changing mags.
Nitro set. Nitro detonated.
Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4, last stop standing. Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Oh, don't worry. I just make you jealous. Just making you jealous. Oh, that's sweet kitty. Oh, that's sweet kitty.
Protect the bombs.
Getting eyes on.
Bomb location compromised. Plan accordingly.
Device position.
Device set.
Down to 10 seconds.
Walls done!
5 seconds left. Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
magazine.
Nice setup. I'm borrowing it.
Reloading mag.
Op 4 has placed a diffuser near a bomb. Destroy it. Located. Disable it. Friendly, last operator standing. One Op 4 remaining. Bomb diffuser has been disabled. Mission successful.
That's insane. What's up, baby girl? What's up, honey, sweet pea? Yeah. Yeah. I missed you. You know that. Where was you? Where was you last night? I was looking all over for you. Where were you? Do you know that? I was looking all over for you. All over. You were over there napping somewhere.
Protect the bombs.
Base device. Device prime. Keep an eye on door.
Op 4 located bomb. Protect it.
Push it. Stay clear.
10 seconds to insertion.
Stand clear.
I'm 5 reloading. Left.
Base device.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Wall reinforced.
You're exposed. failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Pause, really? I'm loaded to the sweet baby pause. Oh. What a sweet kitty. Look at you. You're so sweet and adorable. You're so sweet and adorable. You're so sweet and adorable. Let me see them teeth, baby. Let me make sure your jaws are alright. You'll come here. Oh, look at the teeth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the little baby good teeth. Oh, you still right there.
To locate a bomb.
I know. What the frick, man? I gotta be tactical though. You happy? You happy?
10 seconds before insertion. 5 seconds to go. Your mission is to locate and defuse a bomb.
Grenade out.
You have been exposed. You have loaded.
Hostile in my sights. Basement. Target detected. Basement.
Panel adherence initialized.
Hostile spotted.
Drone activated.
Target detected. Basement.
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser. Op 4 last stop standing.
Deploy drone. Panel burn.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful. Protect the bombs. Be advised, Op 4 has found a bomb.
Barbed wire going up. Device placed. EDD mounted.
10 seconds remaining.
Great for out.
5 seconds and counting.
Device primed. Keep an eye on doors.
Op 4 is moving the bomb.
Primed. That's clear. Doorway trapped. Stay clear of blast.
Op 4, last operator standing. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
What you so infatuated with? Why are you looking at me right there? Why are you looking at me all googly googly eyed? Hmm? Like you got me or something. Hmm? Why are you looking at me right there? Is there a sweet kitty I see? Huh? What are you doing looking so cute like that? With the big ol' eyes? Hmm? Looking like orange chicken over there, sweet pea. Looking like orange chicken. Alright, we're officially out of copper, chat.
locate a bomb. Drone has located a bomb. Ten seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Looking for enemy devices. Time to ring some ears. Swapping mags!
Let's take a look at their network. Reloading. Hacking their camera feeds. Cams hacked. Make it count.
Targets detected. Second floor.
Op 4 last stop standing. Op 4 eliminated. You need to use your drone to locate a bomb. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. You must locate and defuse a bomb.
Reloading.
recover the diffuser. You have located a bomb. Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated all friendlies. We need to locate a bomb. Be advised, your drone has located a bomb. Seconds before insertion. 5 seconds to go. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
The stars and stripes are big and bright.
Nothing to report at my location.
Time to ring some ears. Look out.
You must recover the diffuser.
Damn it.
Nearby threat.
One friendly operator remaining.
Yo, that snake is actually the worst I've ever seen in my entire life.
protect the bombs.
TikTok, where you at?
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
Now you see me, now you won't. Laser gate deployed. Deploying ADS.
10 seconds to insertion.
ADS deployed.
Down to 5 seconds.
Surya kit deployed. You can stop.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to engage.
Get in place. Cover me.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
What a Sigma Maguna.
Secure the bombs.
Toto is in play.
New feed active.
Feed up and running.
Ten seconds to insertion. 5 seconds.
Changing max.
You must protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
Shuriken, deploy.
Camera.
Laser gate. Reloading ammo.
Op 4, last operator standing. A bomb is located by Op 4. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Oh, what's up, TikTok? I don't know if y'all hear me over there. What's good, y'all?
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Changing mags.
Let's go.
defused by Op 4.
Keep us strikes through. Deployed barrier. Keep it deployed. We have some time.
Artillery is active.
Op 4 found a bomb. You must defend it.
As Kiba activated. Kiba deployed.
One friendly remaining. One Op 4 remaining. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Yeah, I kind of went crazy there.
We need to locate a bomb. Seconds before insertion. Insertion in 5 seconds. Your mission is to locate and defuse a bomb. You located a bomb.
Enemy located. Basement.
Our bridge deployed.
Drop the diffuser.
Damn it.
Last operator. One op 4 remaining. The diffuser has been recovered.
Just call the motherfucker, bro.
Seconds left. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Bomb diffusion initiated.
Like, what are you doing? I thought he planted that shit like a year ago.
The diffuser has been disabled.
I don't know why he quit planning. Shit. Honestly, the visual is the only threat. But it don't matter. I have to use the old reliable again, man.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected. Seconds left. 5 seconds left. Bomb location secure.
Swapping map.
Kona station positioned. Healing station placed. Deployed.
located a bomb.
I can't lie, I fumbled that.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Damn it. That was my rank up game. That hurt. RC and Penny. See how much time I got. I got one more game in me, chat. What's up, kitty? Looking so adorable today, Fled.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected. Four is located. Be ready for the assault.
Loading new magazine!
EDD mounted. Let them come. Device prime. Keep an eye on.
Reinforce the wall! Yes! Throw the wall! Now you know.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to insertion.
EDD prime.
Op 4 has located the bomb.
And then of course the bitch is behind me and nobody fucking... No wait, why is it saying that the bitch is behind me?
One friendly remaining. Op 4 is deployed.
This is a lost game.
Mission failed.
I don't know. We might be able to do this, but it's not a good sign, man. What is up, Lopez? Yo.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected. Op 4 located a bomb.
Device prime. Keep an eye out.
10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. Op 4 has located a bomb.
Keep our position.
Door barricaded!
Time to redecorate. Now you're ready. Loading bomb!
You can run.
Friendly, last operator standing. Protect the bomb. Disable the diffuser.
Black, suka, black, mok, suka.
Mission
Man. Yo, I'm getting mad at engagement right now. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that's been liking the live, though. That's crazy. Oh, lordy lord. I gotta smoke, chat. I gotta hit the bulb. Badman ting, yeah? Me gum open up the good shit, yeah? God damn, this fire. Some good shit, chat, that I'm rolling up here. Yo, I might do this more. Just depends, bro. Really just depends. I don't know how the quality is for you guys, TikTok, but it may get better throughout the years, or I might buy a PC or something. It'll still probably be on a little delayed, but shit, most I can do, fool. Badman ting, yeah? Down from the crit crumcher. Down from the crit crumcher.
10 seconds left.
Throwing alarm.
5 seconds. Op 4 has located a bomb. Get ready to
Always
engage.
room for more! Swapping megs! Throwing alarm. Here's a snack.
Or math.
Reloading! Cut one!
Yeah, that guy's stupid.
One friendly remaining. One op 4 remaining. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
What's good, chat? Damn it! My dumb ass forgot to charge.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
A whole lot of swipers today, man. Whole lot of swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Hola, ¿cómo está, señor? Swiper, no swiping. Hola, ¿cómo está, señor? Swiper, no
10 seconds to
swiping.
insertion.
Hola,
Your drone has found a bomb.
¿cómo
5 seconds to
está,
go.
señor? Swiper, no
You've
swiping.
located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Hola, ¿cómo está, señor? Swiper, no swiping. Waste, but whatever. We'll get it back.
Drone up and running.
Op 4 last stop standing. Op 4 eliminated.
I don't even remember how I use chat. Time to blaze. Blaze on. Blaze on. Chad, I was watching the new Fantastic Four. It was pretty good, dude. They should have given the baby to Galacticus and then made a Galacticus movie. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been way more tough. The Silver Surfer lore is good though. Didn't know that about Silver Surfer. Or that she could fucking
locate a bomb.
spoiler. She can just fucking neglect a fucking black hole, bro. That's crazy. Ain't no way. Damn you, vile, wretched woman. Yeah, why is this jamming?
10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. A bomb must be located and defused. Bomb has been located.
I'm not at my peak right now. Check. Give me a sec. I gotta put the joint down.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession. The diffuser has been secured.
No!
Hostile phone is hot.
Chat, don't look. Please don't look.
Frag grenade! Hacking into their network. Sting is active!
One op 4 remaining.
Losing mag! Track deployed. Stand by for camera feeds. Reload!
Diffuser is online and active.
Located enemy! Fast 4! Tego says hello.
Op 4 eliminated. your drone to locate a bomb. Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Drone has located a bomb. You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Alright, YouTube. Just me and you, baby boy. Let's go, YouTube. What you gonna do for me? Gonna give me a little viewer? You gonna give a viewer to Daddy Sleep, YouTube? Come on now.
User is no longer in your possession.
Come on now, Daddy YouTube.
The diffuser has been secured.
Swapping mags! Cluster charge live.
Op 4 last stop standing. Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Alright, y'all.